Alright, so apparently my last video didn't record. Well, besides the video that's about to show up. But anyways, the Smith video, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do or how to fix it because I didn't record it then put it up. I used YouTube's stupid little app thing to record it. I don't. Whoa, your scooter's in the middle of the road. Nah. Oh well. There's no one out here really. No one lives out here. Well, a few people do, as you can see by the couple of houses probably in the background. Yeah. I start recording the closer I get to town. That way none of you know how to get to my house. Because, you know, I'm so afraid that you're going to come and boo me or something. I don't know. I'll just shoot you with a bow and arrow or a crossbow. How's that? You come boo me and I'll shoot your tire out. Then you won't have a tire. And I will be out of a crossbow bolt. Sounds like a fair trade, right? Tire, crossbow bolt. Anyways, I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. Anyway, driving down. Sorry about all these explanation videos. I'm tired. Part of being chronic pain. You get tired. And you get tired of being tired. Anyways, I'm going driving down to another doctor's appointment. This one's psychiatric though. Ooh, that's tight. Afterwards, I'll record another Beowulf. And then I gotta finish editing the Beowulfs. I'm up to chapter 4, which actually there are no chapters, so I'm up to part 4 because I gotta find spots and go, while I'm reading, I'm like, oh, that seems like a good place to stop because otherwise I could keep reading forever, and I don't want to put up a 4-day long video because I'm pretty dang sure with how thick Beowulf is, it would be that long. Probably not that long, but it'd be quite a few hours. So instead, I'll keep putting it up around 20, maybe a little bit longer minutes. I'm gonna keep trying to keep it under 20, just cause it's less editing for me, and it means I can get them up faster. All the Beowulf videos and the Gilgamesh videos are on Hitchcock Handyman. If you guys want to, well, heck, I'll put a link to their playlists down below. Gilgamesh was finished. I loved it. Beowulf, I'm reading it. I already knew I loved Beowulf, but this is the first time I've read the actual poem. Before, I've just read stories where people take the poem and they recreate it, clean it up, modernize it a little bit. You'll notice when I'm reading it that every once in a while I'll stop and think, or judder a little bit, or suddenly the prose will seem off. And part of that is because Beowulf, at least as we know it, the poem being written, I'm on cruise control, so I only have to worry about cars in front of me as everyone passes me, because how dare you drive the speed limit? Whatever. But my arm's getting tired. It's a straight road. I'm just gonna rest it. I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm looking at the road, which is good. It's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, so Beowulf, as we know it, was written, of course, by a Christian monk. So, of course, the Christian monk replaces Odin and Thor. I love these bumps. They don't fix the road out here anymore. They just put signs that say rough road, It's like a joke my brother likes to say, especially because I have a bunch of British friends. But Britain may drive on the left of the road, but here in Idaho, we drive on what's left, which is funny because the road up to my house was originally a paved road and is starting to become a gravel road because the potholes are just being filled with gravel, and then that's it. And so it's more gravel now than it is road. Oh well. But so Beowulf was originally written by a Christian monk. So of course, he had to get it publicized, or to get it allowed to be codified and put in records keeping. he replaced Thor and Odin with God. So I'm trying to replace Almighty with All-Father, and trying to think in my head which of the Nordic deities, which of my deities fit each thing better, like Thor, Odin, when they're talking about the sea, Njordi, and stuff like that. And I'm just doing those auto-corrections in my head, because the original oral of the story would not be Christ, the White Christ. Now, I'm not hating on the monk that wrote it down. If he hadn't wrote it down, the chances of we still having the story are very slim. We could, because the Eddas still exist, and the Eddas were not written down by Christian monks. The Eddas were not. They ended up finally being written down in runes. Which, whoop, I unplugged it. Let's keep you charging while I'm driving and recording. But the Eddas were, like, some of them really were, but you can still find the Eddas in their original Old Futhark Old English. I like that. I kind of want to read Beowulf at Old English, because the Beowulf copy I have on the left, it has it in Old English, and on the right it has it, translated into modern. And I can read Old English. I can speak it. I still mess up, but that's just because I'm out of practice. I can still read it, but it's hard to say. Hard to speak for me. Just trying to Germanize it a little too. Old English is a step between German and Anglo, and it's basically the development of the Anglo language where we start getting into Anglo English. But anyways, I digress. So I'm gonna stop and record Beowulf, then hopefully edit some Beowulf videos and get them up. I'm really sorry about the Forge video, but tomorrow I'm planning on going out with the actual camera. And this is a sad if it doesn't rain, because it's been doing that a lot lately, and I can't really blame it, because I'm so glad that the rain has kind of killed our heat wave. Yes, I know, a heat wave of 80 degrees. Sue me. I live in Idaho. Idaho is like the great majority of the time is spent under 4 to 5 feet of snow. So I apologize that 80 degrees weather makes me take off my clothes, lay on the floor, and say, just kill me. I'm rambling. Yeah, this is just another rambling video. That's all the driving videos are. I'm sorry if you're not into the rambling videos. I plan on going back to my modeling soon. Main problem is I've got such a migraine anymore. And I'm hoping moving back to my old pills will help settle that down a little bit. I need to buy a new pillow. My pillow is starting to die, which is probably one of the reasons why. Hey, buddy, you are in the middle of the road. Is there a reason for that? Thank goodness I'm watching the road while recording. If you can't do both, because I'm not even looking at the screen, and it's below the dash, so we're good. Yeah, I'm just rambling until I get there. Sorry about the rambling. Things are starting to look up. Things are. I'm not used to depression, and I'm not used to dealing with depression. I'm used to anxiety. I am 100% used to anxiety, and so I'm not used to this crushing. I'm used to being anxious and terrified. I'm not used to being sad all the time. I'm used to being angry, not sad, and this is annoying me. But I'm going to be going in and talking about maybe changing, I don't know, find out something. That's one of the things we're going to talk about today, and then I'm going to go, because he's technically a counselor, not a psychiatrist, so he can't give me pills. So tomorrow I'm going to go and, with the counselor's recommendation, go to my pill doctor. Well, okay, no, because the pain specialist has been doing my pills. with my family doctor. I'm going to go talk to my family doctor, basically, about taking the counselor's recommendation, what we can do, because I spend most of the day curled up in a ball on the bed. And that upsets me, which gets me more depressed. A bunch of my stuff have gone missing. And gone missing, which has gotten me even more depressed. Like, my room is a mess right now because I tore it apart looking for some things. And I'm just so sad and depressed because they were things that were really important to me. One of them was the key to my car. I've been wanting to get a new key, and as soon as I had enough money and knew where to go, because every place kept saying, we can't do those types of keys here, and finally someone said, hey, I know where Ken, and I called them, and they said they can do those types of keys there, and so I'm like, yay, I can get a backup key for my car. My keys disappear. Besides the fact that it has my first ever 3D printed thing I made for myself, a little Templar cross on it. Nick's got one of them I made for him too, and I decided, hey, I wanted one too, so that's the first thing I ever 3D printed for myself and then painted, and so that's hanging on the keychain, and I miss it because it was the first thing I really made for me, and I've sold the 3D printer now, so oh well. But I've been selling a lot of my stuff. You gotta stay afloat while you're fighting for your right to not die. Anyways, I'm at the doctor's now. So thank you for listening to me whine for 13 minutes. The video that should probably be up either at the same time or before this will be explaining what's happening medically better. Like I said, Beowulf is going to be on Hitchcock Candyman. I'm going to link it down below, and I'm going to link the Gilgamesh down below. I'm still doing fan fictions, I think, on Joe the Masks, but a lot of my reading of history books is now on Hitchcock Candyman for my brother Ben, especially since his is actually monetized, while mine is not. 1, I don't have enough followers. 2, I don't care. 3, I say things that would demonetize me within 10 seconds of saying it. Alright, so I'm parked here. I think the worst thing is that my psychiatrist is right next to where I used to pretend to work. And so every time I park here, I miss them. So shout out to American Screen and Print. Nick and Angela, you guys are wonderful. See y'all. I'm going to go get diagnosed again.